I would much rather talk about Loki. Hey guys, my name is Joseph Curtis, and if you love movies just as much as me, you have come to the right place, my friend. Now do me a huge solid and click that like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to follow me on the following social platforms, that would be great as well. Now, let's start talking the Marvels. Okay, this isn't a great movie. Essentially, here's the plot. Captain Marvel, Photon, whatever her name is, Monica Rambeau, and Miss Marvel are all intertwined with their abilities. Whenever they use it, one person goes there, the other person goes there, and the other person goes there. It's that simple. And then there's this threat, something with a D. I forget what her name is because she's very forgettable, but she wants to get revenge for what Captain Marvel did, and essentially Captain Marvel 2. You heard me right. This movie feels more like Captain Marvel 3 than Captain Marvel 2 because there are essential pieces missing in this film. And this is a very different review. Like, you got the general synopsis and you got my general feelings within the synopsis, because that's how I feel, how much attention I need to give to this film, because I have nothing genuinely great to say about this movie other than for the fact of Iman Vellani, who plays the amazing character of Miss Marvel. If you have not watched that Disney Plus series, it is so adorable. I love that show. The family, and the family's back in this one. That is probably the one shining thing that carries this film, that somewhat almost kind of saves it from being a total disaster, are the moments with Miss Marvel and just her likability. You really feel like it's not just the character that's shining, it's really the actress. Like, she feels so just genuine and just not taking this moment for granted, being a part of the MCU. She is probably freaking out that she is standing next to Brie Larson, Captain Marvel. And speaking of Brie Larson, she does kind of a better job performance-wise from the other appearances that we've gotten from her in Endgame and in Captain Marvel. She actually has a personality. And the person who plays Monica Rambeau, she was good too. Like, everybody does a good job performance-wise. Even the person who does the worst MCU villain of all time. It's the script. The script is terrible. It's dog water. I mean, how they treat Samuel Jackson's character, and I'm assuming this takes place after the events of Secret Invasion. This is a tonally different Nick Fury. This is a, hey, every single time I'm on screen, I'm going to make a joke. That's what this movie feels like. It's a tonally different universe. You have moments where it needs to be very dark and sinister, and then immediately throwing into a planet where people have to communicate through singing. Or there's a montage of cats eating people in a humorous way that is somewhat important for the plot. You see where I'm going? These things don't really make sense. And if this was some other, like, alternate reality universe comic book movie, I'd be fine with it. But this is the MCU, and we haven't really had anything like this jarring to a capacity like a Guardians of the Galaxy. But at least that movie and series was funny, and it handled heart, and it handled serious scenes the way it needed to be done. And with this, the direction is all over the place. Kevin Feige, he's the master of everything. God, he really needs help. I mean, we have great stuff like Loki. I would much rather talk about that. That is amazing. Chef's kiss from Kevin Feige. With this, they have Nia DaCosta directing this film, and I don't feel her imprint on this. This is the person who made Candyman, a very, very touching, haunting, and thought-provoking film. And with this, she said it herself in an interview, it's a very silly movie. And honestly, with the state of the MCU, this film doesn't do any help for the current state that they're in. The only funny scenes are some moments, you know, with all the three main girls. Genuinely, I did like some of their chemistry, not every scene. And then Miss Marvel and her family. Genuinely loved all of their scenes. Nothing wrong with those scenes at all. And some of the action, you know, I want to harp on the whole film. Some of the action is genuinely good. The first interaction, that when the three women realize that their powers are interconnected, it is a very fun sequence with really cool combat moments. Other than that, the action just becomes pew, 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 pew. I've seen it and it's boring. There's a moment about halfway into the film, bleeding into the third act, that deals with Captain Marvel and the other characters where, slight spoiler, a planet gets destroyed and you should feel this like mourning. And they try to attempt that for literally like 1 minute. And then immediately after that 1 minute, they go back to making jokes and, oh my God, let's go stop this MacGuffin character that has this hammer with this gauntlet that makes them traverse into alternate dimensions and blah, 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 blah. I've seen it. I've heard it. Can we get something different? Can we find a way to maybe make this villain intriguing? No, we just move so freaking fast through this film, you don't feel anything. And the last thing that I wanted to mention, I've already kind of mentioned it, but the villain. This is one of the worst Marvel villains I have ever seen put to screen. And I really don't blame the actress. The actress does actually the best that she can give. So I don't give any hate to the performer. There are genuine moments where I wanted to laugh out loud in the theater where you shouldn't be laughing. It should be a dire moment of seriousness, but it's not taken in that way at all. One of the most underdeveloped characters in the MCU. They try to make you feel something with this quick montage where they're telling you rather than making you feel their backstory, and you just don't care by the end of the day with this character. Overall, The Marvels is one of the messiest MCU films with a bland villain, a bland script, and a movie that severely needed more work done on it. With that being said, I'm going to give The Marvels a solid 4 out of 10. I'm very surprised that Marvel Studios distributed this film in the position that it was in. And I honestly think there wasn't really anything else that they could do to salvage this film. And we got this.
Monica, you gotta fly.
No.
Black girl magic.